start. Obviously, there was quite a lot of hype in the summer surrounding loads of signings, so we just want to kind of assess. We just want to assess
for those listening on
audio
only. I just did the Thiago Alcantara dance.
Oh, God.
That one. Yes, people, what's good? Welcome back to another Weird and Wonderball show. Yeah, today we will be going through the 10 biggest flops this season. We'll be doing our top 10. Me and Ishmael have spent some time compiling a list, our own lists, and then we're going to be reporting back in now. Hopefully not too many agendas are going to pop up. Can't make any promises, but we'll see what happens. But Ishmael, what are you saying? You good?
No, man. I feel like shit. A proper rundown today. My team lost again on the weekend. Had a long day. Now I've got to flipping defend Thiago for like 45 minutes to you as well. So
why do you have to defend Thiago?
Yeah.
No one mentioned Thiago.
Am I good? Am I good? The answer is, am I fuck? But yeah. How are you, bro? How are you anyway?
Yeah, man, not too bad, to be honest. Not too bad. Flying high again. Just at the moment, in this stage in the season, it's just about picking up points for me. So, disappointing performance yesterday, but we got the 3 points. I'm not sure if you still remember how that feels, but it's good. Very good. But yeah, let's keep the mood up as long as possible until the agendas start appearing. But yeah, Ishmael, talk the people through what's our sort of goal here? What are we trying to accomplish?
I don't even know.
Distract you as much as possible from Liverpool's poor form.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess it. We're trying to put out some different content this week. So yeah, we thought this would be a good place to start. Obviously, there was quite a lot of hype in the summer surrounding loads of signings, so we just want to kind of assess. We just want to assess.
For those listening on
audio
only, I just did the Thiago Alcantara dance.
Oh, God.
That one. That one's gonna.
So
you're gonna live to
regret. How do you want to do?
Sorry.
How do you want to do that? How do you want to do this? Do you want to just go through your 10 now, or do you want to just go back and forth?
What might be a good idea is let's go through the short list that we came up with in no particular order, and then we can sort of talk through our top 10s, and then we can just debate. We can go through from sort of 10 to number 1. And either back or sort of debate the other point. So Ishmael, have you got a short list up?
Yeah, I've got the short list.
How many are there? There 14, 12, 14?
No, about 12, 13 12. On there. So we picked 10 each. So I'll quickly run through them in no particular order. Let me just stress. So you've got Thiago Alcantara, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Thomas Partey, Aaron Ramsdale, Donny van de Beek, Ryan Brewster, Gareth Bale, Hakim Ziyech, Matt Doherty, Willian, Ake, and Renison from Arsenal.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair
one.
Yeah,
those were. Yeah, go on.
No, I was going to say apart from Renison, which could be a little bit harsh. He is young and he was never intended to be a number 1 goalkeeper. But just based off his 2 games,
did you see what?
But he deserves
it wasn't even
now.
2 full games. Remember, it wasn't even 2 full games, and this guy's already made enough of an impression where I don't think you can really argue with him being in the team.
If you're getting rid of Emiliano Martinez and you're signing Renison, I guess he deserves to be in there. Just comparing the two goalkeepers' forms. This season.
It makes sense. It makes sense, innit? I can understand why Arsenal sold. Well, I can't, but I can understand why they sold either one of him or Leno. But I think they sold the wrong one. But you just signed an absolute flipping lad in replacement. This guy is shit. But yeah, he didn't make. To be fair, having said that, he didn't make my top 10 or bottom 10, I should say. But yeah, do you want to?
Let's kick it off. Who's do you want to go first or shall I? Number 10. Who have you got in number 10?
I'll go first. Yeah, I'll go first. I've got Thomas Partey, number 10.
All right. Yeah, it's hard because when he plays, he is very central to Arsenal's success. Arsenal look like a different side when he's playing the game. I remember the game against United earlier in the season. Partey.
Is he man of the match?
If he wasn't, he should have been because he really ran that midfield. Pogba is in there, couldn't really get a touch, couldn't get a. He was the best midfielder in the park. So I think based on injuries and lack of like output, I guess I can see why you put him in. I actually didn't put him in my top 10. I felt kind of way basically, but I felt he deserved to. I don't know. It's hard to call him a flop because whenever he's played, he's done really well, basically. But
I hear that. But for me, my argument was and I'm gonna shout out Fuad, I think, from Stoppage Time TV.
Wait, just before you do that, there's like a little there's like a little crackle on your mic.
What's that saying? Is that better?
No, it's still there. It doesn't matter. Keep going. I'm sure you won't be able to pick it up, but it's fine.
Well, yeah. My point was, so Fuad was saying availability is the best ability, and I'm not disputing for a second. Partey is mad talented when he's playing. He's Arsenal's best midfielder easily, but they signed him for 40 million, was it? 35 million?
Partey,
it was around 40. It was around 40 M's. And don't forget as well, they sold Martinez to fund this deal to get Thomas Partey to be the answer to their problems. They thought it was going to be next Vieira. They were doing up flipping remixes to songs outside the stadium, doing dances.
Yeah, that was.
And he's not really delivered. Like, do you remember
I
Robbie
used to
from
like that
FTV
song
doing
as well.
the flipping?
I know. That was so bad. They had to take it down.
As much as
Danae was just like, nah. Arsenal looking like they're getting relegated right now. Nah.
See, they like. I don't. He's not shit by any. I'm not saying he's shit at all. I rate him. I take
None
him
of us are.
100%.
Yeah, neither of us are.
But to sign a man to fix your midfield problems, and he's made 11 appearances all season, so that's about what? That's just under half the games. He's had man of the match performances, but also if you look at the North London derby as well, when Arteta was trying to dash him back on the pitch, like that was really Arsenal's lowest point of the season as well, and he.
No, I don't know if that's the lowest.
For whatever reason,
I don't know if it's the lowest. There's been some lows.
That's when we were talking about Arsenal like proper.
Wolves game, I think, is quite a low. That Leno.
Nah. Because I think at that point they'd already restored some self-respect. But you're forgetting at that time Arsenal were losing to Burnley. Yeah, when Aubameyang scored the winner own goal. They were on a horrible run. We were actually discussing whether Arsenal could get relegated. And one of the final nails in that sort of period for them was getting absolutely destroyed in the North London derby. So for me, that's just why I'm justifying. Yeah, we were all saying like, what, are Spurs gonna do a little title, Son and Kane like double act? But obviously Tottenham are Tottenham in the end.
Yeah, Tottenham do what Tottenham do best, I guess, and that's capitulate.
But yeah, for me, that's just why that's how I'm justifying him being in there. But I want to stress again, I rate him very highly. I think he's a sick player.
Yeah, man,
but
for sure.
For what they signed him for and what he's done, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, do you know what? I hear that. Yeah, that North London derby when he should have just stayed on the pitch and just took
get
up
on
a
the
bit of
floor.
space.
That
alone might make him qualify for it. To be honest, he might qualify just on.
Arteta said no, get back in there. Chucked him back on the pitch, and was that not just before Son scored? Was that the other goal? That was
Harry Kane. I think that was the second goal of Harry Kane. Was just before half time.
Yeah,
Son scored the banger.
Blasted it top bins. So for me, that's and also to Arsenal fans what that derby means. Like that.
That was game over after that goal as well. So yeah, I guess you can
just
pin a lot of blame on
right on the stroke of half time as well.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool. Well, do you know what? Fair enough, Partey. You and Ishmael was number 10 spot. For me, I've in number 10, and I'll be able to explain it in a bit more detail when I go through the others. But I've stuck Donny at number 10. I find it hard to put him any higher. Just look, I'll explain it. What's been disappointing, I guess, is that he's not played that much. But Yeah, I don't think it's fair to put him in any higher than that, just because he's not played and flopped. Do you know what I mean? He's just not been playing, and
But he's
that's
not played.
yeah, but that's because I know, but look at the form of our team. It's, do you know what I mean? Our midfield's doing good. We're winning games, so. I kind of I've stuck him in at number 10 just because I don't think he's flopped on any expectations. He's not played. So I feel like players that haven't played but came with expectation.
Wait, just remember this energy for Thiago then. I want to just remember that energy for Thiago. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So Donny's in at number 10 for me, and the players that I think haven't really been given the opportunity to impress yet. They're higher up on my list. Let's just say that the ones that have and haven't shown anything are the ones that are lower down in like the 1s, 2s, and 3s, and on that sort of level. So I put Donny in there. I think that he's. I wouldn't regard him as a flop yet, just because I still think there's a lot more he can give to the team when he's playing, when he's in form, when he's at like 100%. But for now, yeah, I'll put him in at number 10 just to appease you. But cool. So number 10. Okay, that's my Donny. That's Donny in. Who's your number 9, Ishmael?
In keeping with the Arsenal theme, this guy could have gone higher, but I've taken into consideration the fact that he came from nothing, I guess, and he came with little expectation. I think a lot of Chelsea fans were quite happy to see him go. But yeah, my number 9 is Willian.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Chelsea fans were not happy to see him go. They didn't want him to. He was their best player.
A lot of Chelsea fans. No. He was playing for a new contract. Honestly,
they offered him a contract and he turned it down. He wanted the rest of the season.
The rest of the season, yeah, because he wanted the extra year of security. The rest of the season, he was not playing well for Chelsea.
He was their best player towards the end of the year.
Yeah, towards the end. I suppose like maybe like a bit into.
Since lockdown, he was their best player.
But yeah, but before then, he was stinkers. Trust me.
I know. But towards the end of the season, there were people calling for him to get signed to get a new contract. He weren't waved off. As in, like, he weren't like
recency bias, innit? Recency. They weren't like fuck off, but recency bias, innit? He, on reflection, yeah. Considering he was after big money as well, I think they've had a lucky escape. Look who they signed instead out wide.
Fair. I'm just I think really.
And then also look at he's been moving at like absolute dog shit for Chelsea. Not for Chelsea, for Arsenal this season as well.
Yeah, then why is he at number 9?
Well, you want him higher?
Yeah, are you mad, bro?
We're not agreeing in it. We're definitely not agreeing on this list by how it started. But yeah, for me, he came for nothing. He literally came for no fee. I don't think the expectation was that high. It's just Willian, and you know what you're going to get from him, and it's not that creative sparks from what there is.
I just think so. If you're telling me that, yeah, okay. Do you know what? Let's not get into this right now. That's your number 9.
Look how much. Just quickly look at your list. Yeah, look how much some of the P's that these other men have been going for. I know Willian's on like 200 grand a week, but there's players on that list who've gone for 50, 60, 70 mil. So
we're talking about
anyway.
Flops, do you know what I mean? We're talking about people who have just not lived up to
expectations. Got to take in the whole. But for me, you got to take in the whole thing. Like if you flopped and you were signed for 200 grand, then calm innit. But if you were signed for 70, 80 million and you're flopping,
yeah, for sure. But I think Willian should be a bit. He's been an absolute flop, like garbage.
Dead. But the funniest thing is, remember the first game when he got a hat-trick of assists?
Yeah, against Fulham.
Was it Fulham? Yeah. Arsenal fans were talking smack. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
We've got one in our group chat as well. He was sort of saying a lot of outlandish shit about Willian, and yeah. You know,
okay, cool. Do you know what? Willian's further down mine, so I guess we can rejoin. We can reconvene this point.
Yeah.
And that's the thing we can do. We'll probably be talking about players twice. That's just the likelihood of it. It's very unlikely we're going to have the same player at the same. So far, we've not had. Obviously, we've only had 2, but we're not even close so far.
I guarantee we don't get any players in the same position.
All right. Okay. Cool. Well, my number 8. Oh wait, my number 9. Sorry.
Yeah.
My number 9.
Yeah, go on.
Ryan Brewster.
Yeah, he was around the same position for me as well.
Mainly the reason for that.
Take it away.
Yeah, my reason for putting Ryan Brewster at 9 and not lower or higher was pretty much like I was saying before about Donny. He's not really played that much for Sheffield United. He got signed on big money though, so it's not like
was it like 25 M? No,
25 million. He's not really made an impact at the club. He's not played yet, which I think is a big part of that issue. And yeah, he's just. I was expecting him to at least like be there, just be knocking on the door of like starting. He's not seen like he's even close at this moment, but he's still young. Like I said, he's not had much of an opportunity yet to impress. But yeah, so that's why I'm sticking him in at was it 9, so that because I think it's a bit harsh to put a player like Brewster any lower, purely based on his age and the fact that he's not been playing much at all, and Sheffield United are in a bit of a relegation dogfight. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a fight anymore, but they're down at the bottom of the table, so it doesn't look like he's going to get much more time, which is odd considering how much money he got signed for. But yeah, I think that's why I'm putting Rian.
The signing. Let me just quickly land on this. Yeah. The signing is just an awful signing for everyone apart from Liverpool. Like, from Sheffield United's point of view, they overpaid massively, considering he's a player that has still got no Premier League goals. Didn't have any for us. Still got none for Sheffield United. But just didn't make sense, especially when you consider what their wage, what their transfer budget is going to be like. Well, just didn't make sense. For Brewster as well, like just not a good move at all. He knows he's going to a team that's not going to play to his strengths. He saw him do well on his loan at Swansea last season, but anyone who knows Swansea knows that they play like half decent brand of football compared to Sheffield United.
And it's very physical. Championship versus the Premier League.
Yeah. So he's kind of, for me, I don't want to sound too harsh on him. I don't want to kind of judge him too soon, but I do feel like the Championship might be his level.
For now, maybe.
So 18 appearances this season, no goals, no assists.
He's made 18 appearances.
Yeah, I don't have his minutes. I mean, a lot of them are subs, but that's 18 out of 25 games.
I almost promise you that they're all subs. I haven't seen him start.
I remember him starting a couple. I think he might have started against Spurs when Bellis scored that mad goal.
All right, cool. So that's number 9. I feel like we're checked off now. That's from Rian Brewster. Who's your Who have you got in at number 8?
Number 8, Donny van der Beek.
Number 8.
Yeah. We kind of touched on Donny.
Yeah. Go on.
For me, again, I'm considering the transfer fee. 40 odd million for a player that is not in your he doesn't seem like he's in all these plans really, innit? I don't know if he's still trying to make sure he's adapted, but the season's in its last stages. We've barely seen him. So 40 million doesn't really justify that for me. And also I do think he's been set up to fail in some cases, but I still think when I've seen him play, he looks good, but it's definitely not the Donny we've seen at Ajax, in it. So there's not really too much to say on it.
He's made 17 appearances, 1 goal.
I think his minutes have probably been. Ollie's taken him for a dickhead as well. He's bringing him on. It's not as bad recently, but he used to bring him on like with 1 minute to go in stoppage time. It's like, what are you meant to do with this, man? That shouldn't even count as an appearance.
So, I mean, I find it hard to put him in as a flop because he's not been given his chances. Do you know what I mean? He's not a flop.
Yeah, but
I think that it seems like at the moment Ollie just doesn't think he's ready for United, which I find hard to believe. But whenever he has come on, I still feel like
he was saucy. He was saucy at Ajax, proper saucy at Ajax.
I know, and he did it in the Champions League, so it's not. You can't just say it's the.
You can't. Remember that team that got to the semis when Spurs knocked them out? Him, Frankie De Jong. CS as well.
I think with Donny, I think he plays. He's still playing the Ajax way, and I like the way Ajax play, but I think he's not playing it forward enough, which is weird. I think he can be a bit conservative in the ball. There's been a couple of times when I've been like, play the ball through to Rashi. He's like, made a run and then he'll play it sideways or pass it backwards. It's like, I don't think he's fully found his rhythm yet at United, and that's not necessarily to say that he won't. I just think that I hope next season's when we see the best of Donny, and that's what Ollie said. And the thing is, yeah, we're playing at a decent level. Our team is performing. If we were down in like, I don't know, 6th, for example, right? That's good. I'll be flipping. Do you know what I mean? I'll be like, bro, we're doing dead. Get Donny some minutes. Like, he might be able to, but we're doing all right. So I'm not too worried about Donny. I think that his time will come. But yeah, do you know what? I can't argue.
It wasn't really. I know hindsight's obviously a wonderful thing or whatever, but it doesn't look like the move really made that much sense. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but I don't know if it was a case of Van der Sar being like, look, Donny's free, and you just saw the opportunity to sign a decent player and got him. But it didn't really look like a signing that was gonna fit. You don't really play possession-based brand of football, so he
would suit our play, man.
He'd suit how Chelsea are trying to move at the moment with Tuchel. In that he'd be good in that 3-4-3 as one of the centre midfielders.
Yeah,
but yeah, United. He's a good player. Well, he's a sick player. He's a sick player.
One thing I completely forgot about. It's not even just. It's not because of Donny. I don't think he's not. I don't think Donny alone, his performances mean that he's not good enough for United, or he's not been doing well enough in training. Let's remember that our midfielders most comfortable playing with 2 holding midfielders, 2 pivots, and I'm not saying that Donny can't play there.
He can do that against small teams. That this is where I'm a little bit critical.
This is where
when you're playing teams like Newcastle and that. Go on. Yeah, go.
Yeah, Newcastle was injured anyway. But my point is, we're trying to protect our centre backs so much. So much. If we get a defensive midfielder and a centre back, a dominant centre back who's fast and can play alongside Maguire or Lindelof, then you'll be able to see Donny van de Beek. At the moment, we're sacrificing a man in midfield or a creative midfielder. You've got 2 absolute bumholes in defence. Yeah, bro.
This is why. This is why.
Look at our centre backs, bro.
You see, this is why I've got an agenda.
I would take Henderson in my.
You take Kabak. Piss off.
Give me. I'll take Ben Davies.
This is why Maguire. This is why Maguire pisses me off so much, because he gets protected for England and protected for United as well. So I'm going to touch on this again because I'll never get bored of talking about it. But Southgate is flipping 5 defenders to compensate for the fact that we've got flipping Harry Maguire, who turns like he's turning in flipping rice pudding. And then United, again, the same. You could be playing Pogba and Bruno.
Honestly, I can't be asked to talk about Maguire anymore.
He's just like
You're preaching to the choir, bro.
It's long. It's so long. I'm glad you've seen that, but I feel like it took you a while. You're still trying to ride out for him. Nah. You're still trying to ride out for him. You were before. You were. I swear.
Nah, I was sticking up for him because Henderson is not a better centre back than Maguire.
No, but even before that. Nah.
He's not a captain.
Before that, this season, you were trying to ride out for him. He's but this isn't about Maguire. This could be a separate podcast altogether.
What happened to Maguire? Yeah, for sure.
But next, who have you got next? Who have you got next?
Number 8. I got Hakeem Ziyech.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I've got him the one above that, so that's a nice little segue. Take it away, bro.
Yeah, for me, Ziyech. I think he's played less games than Donny. He's come in.
Yeah, he was injured for a minute. He has played. Keep going. I'll let you know in a sec.
Yeah, he came for fairly big money, 35 mil. Similar fee to what we got Donny for.
12 appearances.
Yeah, Donny's on 17. Is that just in the Prem?
Yeah, 12 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists.
Donny's on 13 and one goal, no assists. And I think Donny's been getting a lot of, not even Donny, but United were getting a lot of sort of stick for it. And I know Ziyech's been injured for a lot of it. Donny's injured now, but I think it's interesting to see how there's a big drama around Donny not playing, but Ziyech, for me, even when he's been playing, he's not really. I think a couple of games at the start of the season he looked good.
He had that one game against Sheffield United. I think he got like two assists and a goal or something.
And that languid style of play for me only works if you're playing well.
You got to be balling out. Yeah,
when you're playing well, and I feel like there've been times when I've watched him and I've been a bit like, Chelsea need you, bro. Like, come on, what is this?
You need some rise, don't it? Yeah.
And he's just not been as impactful as I thought. To be fair, there's a few Chelsea players in this list. And yeah, I've been disappointed with like the majority of their signings, apart from potentially Thiago Silva, a 37-year-old centre back who's done it everywhere. I'm not surprised that he's managed.
He's so in football terms, do you know that is bare old for an outfield player as well?
Yeah, literally, man.
That's mad. That's mad.
And Ben Chilwell was alright now, but he's not playing. So there's a big question mark over the signing Chelsea made this summer, which is surprising to me, purely based on.
Is it surprising though? You can't go sign seven man to start.
I wasn't expecting
but you can't. This is not FIFA though, isn't it? You can't go and sign 7 starting players or however many it is. And expect them all to just hit the ground running and start doing the sick. Like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Also, I don't think Chelsea, I feel like they just bought players. They didn't actually think about the system and how they slot into them. But you know what? Look,
this is why not Southgate. This is why Lampard is now flipping. I don't know what he's doing, but he ain't working. So,
yeah. But yeah, go on. You got Ziyech at 7 then.
Yeah. He's left foot gang, innit?
Just to add, I think.
Yeah, go on.
Ziyech would have been higher up, he would have been up there with his other 2 Chelsea bros, but he's just not played as much, so he's lucky. But that is also a bit of a disappointment for me that he's not played as much, despite the sort of the furore around him.
But
I've given him.
I don't think he's been as bad. I don't think he's been as bad as the other 2 who are in the list from Chelsea. But I don't know. Like you said, that might just be purely because he's not played as much.
But I just expecting a bit more of a.
For me, I know. He's left foot gang, doing it. So I have a natural, even though I hate Chelsea with all my heart, I have a natural kind of liking towards him.
Affinity, yeah.
Go on, Ishmael. But he's not been decent. He's not been good, really. I think the thing is we all got sucked in. We had that one game against, like I said, Sheffield United, where he was looking like James Rodriguez at the World Cup when he was just balling out. And then he kind of had a couple good games after that, and he got injured. But I think we all got a bit carried away. But I know Chelsea fans definitely got carried away with him based on that game against the worst team in the league. But yeah, he's not even really been playing too much at the moment. He's been like in and out. I think Tuchel's still trying to kind of figure out what his best 11 is, but he needs to pull his socks up, man, because he's on the verge. Well, he's not on the verge. It's too soon, but he could be looking like one of them just standard Chelsea flops that you get, the big money ones.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing in his favour as well is that everyone thought that transfer fee was under his market value.
Yeah. I think he had a release clause though, didn't he?
I think it was an agreed release clause. I don't know if it was written into his contract. There was one in his contract that kind of ran out the summer before, and I was surprised no one had signed him. But the one he's got now,
I think that was for like 20. I think that one was like the one before was like 25 mil. I think it went up.
It was low, but they had like a gentleman's agreement that they'd sell him. And Ajax are good to their players; they never really hold them to ransom. Unlike Borussia Dortmund, however, who are just a prison for young.
You're just souring it. You want.
It's a prison. It's a prison. It's young offenders, Sancho, bro. It's young offenders in Dortmund.
The way they were balling out on on Saturday, they looked pretty free to me, man. They weren't in any prison. They were.
Watch when they try to leave. Watch when they try to leave. That's how you know if you're in prison or not. Try and leave, and they'll see. Just watch.
If he really wanted to go, he would have come out on some crowd.
Bro, my man was going to parties with Krypton Conan in the summer after England games, so he didn't have to go back.
Bro, doesn't mean he wants to leave. Like, obviously that's he's moving a bit mad, isn't it?
He didn't report to training.
Yeah, but it's just training.
You see what happened to him as well. His voice, like they just fully.
Hey, we need to discuss that.
He's damaged, bro. He's damaged at the moment. That's another.
You know what? Just quickly though, I don't mind that from Sancho, because I feel like if you're gonna speak in your own like vernacular, then he might not be understood. So he's got to put a little. Exactly. The only thing is you got to pick the right accent though. He's moving like
No, that's
Vieira
perfect.
and
It's
Henri.
perfect. It's
No, he
perfect.
did.
That's a German accent. He's just doing what German.
It was
sound
French,
like
bro.
to
It
me.
was coming out French. It was coming out. It was coming out
Nah.
bare French.
The thing is, yeah,
And pass the ball, and
if any of
it
you
just
people
sounded
out
hella
there,
bad.
guys, if any of you lovely
Sounded
people
so
have
bad.
ever lived abroad, you understand. Yeah, you might have had those
No, I
conversations.
get
with people
it. But pick the right
where-
accent. Pick a German accent.
It's weird though, but any of those accents apart from your own accent, any
I get it.
English
I hear
accents
it.
are
I hear
hard
it.
to
I
understand.
hear it.
But when you go abroad, it's funny because when I was living in Paris, yeah, I'd speak to people and do like faux French accents, speaking in English just to have a bit of a laugh with them, like hello, and they're like, oh my god, it's so much easier to understand you when you speak like that. And I was just like, fair, because it does make sense.
It makes sense.
It's like
It
using
makes sense.
sounds.
But the difference
that
is, you were
that
in France.
recognise.
You were in France. You put on a French accent. Man's in Germany, putting on a French accent. Like, it wasn't quite.
What's a German accent sound like then to you?
I'm not gonna do a German accent, but his was French.
Just do it.
100% French.
So you can't. Don't throw stones. Don't throw stones. If you
Bro, I'm
can't.
not throwing stones. I'm not throwing stones. You live it in Germany. Surely you can pattern like a little German twang on it. He was going, and I passed the ball, and then I do. It's French, bro.
Yeah,
French.
anyway, well, that's easier to understand anyway than English for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Just a little update for you guys. Man United under 23s are playing Everton under 23s. If you're watching at the same time,
no one's watching.
Still
No one's
0-0. Still 0-0. And all Everton have got a chance, and it's 1-0.
Anyway, while he's doing that, I'll move on. See, this is where it gets a bit mad, because I think we've all talked about players that are in this list before. So above Ziyech,
I'm on 7 now.
Willian.
Wait.
7.
It's me.
Is it you? Go.
So my number 7 is Nathan Ake.
Well, okay, all right.
What was that, £45 million signing? How much is he?
Yeah. I think it was 42, because they announced it literally. I think it was before the end of the season. It's like as the day the season ended. Yeah.
And yeah, Nathan Ake, highly rated. I was quite fond of him as a player. Good ball playing,
left foot gang,
left-footed as well. Could play the ball out. I was like, this actually could be a really good signing.
Didn't Ollie try to tap him up after you played them?
No, he just said that we needed a left-footed centre back.
that was the baitest for you.
Then he got asked about it. He got asked about it. And he was just like, "Bro, chill out, man. Chill out. It was nothing." But no, a left-footed centre back, quick. He's done well at Bournemouth. Always looked like he was a big fish in a small
Chelsea graduate, isn't he?
Pond, exactly. And he's done well. He was doing well at Bournemouth. I thought he'd go to City and potentially kick on in his career and get better. And then it seems like the only place he can get into the team is at left back. I don't know what's happened with Nathan Ake, but I think the reason why I put him in higher than Ziyech and Brewster and Donny, not only is the transfer fee, but the fact that he is a Premier League player. He's played in the Premier League before, and the jump's just been too high for him, clearly, to get in ahead of Diaz, Stones, Laporte. So that's why I'm putting him there. I'm putting him in purely because I think he's a better player than he's probably showing. He's not hit the heights yet at City, which is it's not too much of a criticism, but the fact that he can't even get in at left back either suggests that, especially ahead of Zinchenko, who's, I guess he's one of Pep's favourites, but the fact that he's not getting ahead of Zinchenko, for me, I've got question marks around Nathan Ake, and so for me, 100%, whether I think he's a good player or not is irrespective of this point. But that transfer, maybe not yet. That transfer alone was a flop, in my eyes. I think it was a flop.
No, I hear that. Interestingly, I didn't have him in my list at all. He played last season for a relegated team. So, as much as we do think he's got potential, I don't think you can really say he had a good season. I know I spoke before about Brewster's transfer fee, but I think when you're talking about a team like Man City, 40 million is kind of just a bit of like the change that you find at the bottom of your pocket for them. That's not really like a big fee.
Nearly £500 million on defenders.
Then
you can't just be throwing money around like that, especially
listen.
You buy
City don't. No, for me, they signed him to be third or fourth. They signed him to be first choice, innit? You already have Ruben Diaz, yeah. You've got Laporte.
They signed Diaz this summer as well.
No, I think they signed Ake first, but then you must have known they were going to sign like a proper marquee centre back. So they already knew that he's not going to be 1 or 2. Yeah. So at the start of the season, he was third choice. John Stones was in the flipping abyss. You can't really dispute the form that John Stones has been on at the moment. He's like mad form, probably the best second best centre back in the league this season behind Diaz. So you can't really that's not really down to Ake being dead.
Well, I mean, I think
so for me, third or fourth choice is kind of like it's either or, and it's not really like that much of a big difference. And then the point you made about left back, I do kind of hear that. But Zinchenko, as much as he's not really like any kind of special baller, he's very functional to the City system. The way they play with the inverted fullbacks, you got to be very good on the ball. I don't know if Ake's really got that kind of ball playing.
He is. He has.
But not Zinchenko. Zinchenko can whip a ball in.
Yeah,
and he's tidy. He's tidy. Yeah, he's tidy. Exactly. He's tidy as well, isn't it? So you're not going to be tidier on the ball. You're not going to be tidier on the ball than a winger if you're playing left back. So I don't understand. Ake, I think he knew what he was signing himself up for, innit? It's like when Chelsea back in the day would sign like just these men for like 10, 15 million just to go and hold the bench for a couple of years. Like, you can question why Ake went, but I think it's kind of clear that he was never going to be starting. So for me, if you're third or fourth choice centre back,
that wasn't so clear, especially with City's defensive issues last season. They looked like they were signing centre backs.
Also, they know as well. Laporte's left-footed. You're not going to displace Laporte at centre back, even though John Stones has. But
they have, haven't they? But look, this is what my point was. Right, the thing is, look, I understand that Laporte, Diaz, and Stones arguably better centre backs. But there was a point in the season, yeah. There's a point at the start of the season where there was no like nailed down centre back pairing, right?
He played the Leicester game, innit, when they got slapped up 5-2.
Yeah,
so that was his last game. That was his last game.
Yeah, so he had his chances. He's had training sessions with Pep, but it doesn't seem like he's it doesn't seem like he's kicking off. He's kicked off yet. But yeah, I'm disappointed in it. I've stuck him in at number 7, which I don't think is that much of a diss to him. But I think he's a great player. It's just been a bit of a flop for me this season.
I think if it was any other team apart from City, then I'd probably agree with you. But City have been known for just signing man for big money just to sit on the bench. And I think they just wanted to have numbers in it because last season they were playing Fernandinho centre back for half the season. So I think they just needed bodies. Bournemouth were like 40 mil. City were like, yeah, cool. Bournemouth were probably like, rah, didn't think we could get that much for him. The rest is history.
Yeah,
that's how City move like a big club. City move like a big club in it. Us certain clubs, i.e. my own, could never dream about signing a backup centre back for 40 million.
Bro, I don't even know if that's how big clubs move. For me, it suggests it's a waste of money.
Listen, City are about to march onto another league title. They know that if they get another injury at centre back, then they've got a very adequate replacement. They've got 2 very adequate replacements. So you can't really say a season like we're having happen to City and all of their centre backs get licked down. You'll be saying, yeah, Ake backup centre back, 40 million, great bit of business. So
40 they covered
their back. They covered it. It's Man City. That's small change. I don't agree with it, but
no, it's not anymore, man. They can't afford to be wasting £40 million on players anymore. It's not how these things sort of work. Do you know what I mean? Like
they clearly can. Listen, yeah, I don't agree with it, but
it's not like pre-financial fair play days, though. You can't spend 40
for them. It clearly doesn't apply to these man because didn't they flipping bust case over the thing with UEFA?
I think that's a warning, pretty much. I think that's a warning. I don't think they're not going to be going out and doing the same thing again, basically.
It can't be a warning though. You can't tell these man that you're banned for 2 years and then there's no ban at all. We're not even reduced to like a 1 year. That was nuts. But
yeah, fair. Do you know what? Let's get onto the final one on this part. But yeah, go on. What's numbers? Who's in your number 6?
Number 6 we've spoken on already actually, but it's right. I had Willian in there twice. So my number 6 is Ramsdale, Aaron Ramsdale.
Alright, go on. Talk to me. He's not even in mine, but go on. You really
don't like him, man. bruv, he might be the worst keeper in the league. He's one of the worst two keepers in the league. They signed him for big money, like 20, 25 mil, 20 mil.
Around that, yeah. Spent 50
And
mil
again,
on
I'm taking.
him and Ramsdale and Brewster.
I'm also taking into consideration what, like, the role the void you're filling, and also what you've given to your team, and he's cost them hella goals this season, hella goals. And he was brought in to replace Dean Henderson, who was an integral part of the season last year. So if they go down, if we look at it, their starting 11 is largely the same. The main difference is the keeper. So you could argue that he's been a big catalyst in them. Not only are they going down, but they're going down in absolute disgrace as well. How many points are they on? Like 8 points.
15 or something.
15. Well, they touched 15.
To be fair,
they beat you. Like, I feel like 15. 15. I'm not.
They might.
So
they
sure.
might be on 11. Actually, they might be on 11.
They've won. What? 2 games?
Get this up.
I'm gonna say they're on like 10 points.
Yeah, they're not doing great.
They've literally won. They've won twice. One of them was against you as well.
No, they've won 3 times.
3?
3 wins, 2 draws, 11 points.
It's like 11 points. Fair.
14.
But yeah, my point for Ramsdale is I think he's actually quite a big contributing factor to them being in this situation. So.
Yeah, fair. I just I don't know if
I really don't rate this guy. I don't know why, but every time I watch him,
some other names in there for me that are a bit. I mean, more. I think I like to point the finger at as a lot of a lot more players.
I was trying to quantify. For me, I'm just trying to quantify like what you've brought to your team or what you've cost your team, and taking Ake as an example. Yeah, he cost them more money, but it's calm, man. For City, it's absolutely no stress at all.
It's a flop.
For Sheffield United,
it's a flop.
Sheffield United,
they've wasted 40 mil. Like, it's not had any impact on their season.
But they know if anything happens to
Anyway.
Laporte, boom, straight away got someone in there.
He won't even
Premier
play,
League
bro.
proven.
They'll move Fernandinho in there. You know that. Pep just doesn't trust him. It's like John Stones a couple of seasons ago. Just doesn't trust him.
Yeah, but look how John Stones turned up, man. He rose again.
Yeah, it's true. But like that's what I'm saying. Right now, where he is right now, he's not even getting close to that City team. He's not getting champion. He's not getting a medal.
Nathan Ake is living good right now. Trust me. I think they've changed the rule on that as well. You can give a medal to whoever you want.
And I think there's
You
like
just get a certain
25.
amount of medals.
There's like a certain amount of exactly.
Yeah, you get a certain amount. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
so I guess.
do you want to wrap up this part or?
Yeah.
You got another one to do. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Sorry, bro. I know you've got Donny out of the way now, so I'm just.
So I've got number 6, Matt Doherty. Tommy Doherty. Who's Tommy Doherty?
I was like, there's no one good. There's no one on that list called Tommy. I was like, where are you going with this?
Tommy Doherty. Wait a second. That must have come from somewhere.
Maybe like Pro Evo 2 or something. Did you ever watch Dream Team?
Dream Team, yeah. Tommy Doherty, commonly known as the Doc, was a Scottish football player. I exactly. I recognised him from somewhere. Oh, he died. Died literally last New Year's. That's what he used to play for United. I swear.
Oh.
Did he play for United?
It's not the guy that. There's not the City guy, is it? That City legend that died around Christmas.
Bell.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Teams managed. He managed
bad.
United 72 to 77. Tommy Doherty, that's where he's from. R.I.P. Tommy Doherty.
R.I.P.
We weren't about on his death around the time of his death. But yeah, R.I.P.
But yeah, Matt Doherty then.
He got United promoted to the first divisions as champions at the first attempt. Big up. Respect for that.
Big him up.
But yeah, Matt Doherty. I've stuck him in at 6.
Wasn't on my list, but actually, you know what? I know what you're gonna say, and I think go on.
He's been pretty shit, if I'm honest.
He's been dead. He's been dead.
He got signed to help Spurs with their issues with Serge Aurier, and the fact that Mourinho just didn't trust him at the time when he came from Wolves. It sounded like a great signing. Sounded like just what just what Spurs needed, a bit of competition at right back. Someone who plays in the Prem, knows what it takes. Admittedly, he's an Arsenal fan, which is ridiculous.
Wait, them tweets.
Yeah, mental, isn't it? To then go
Oh,
and
and then they were taking a piss out of it as well. That's I'm sorry, that's small club mentality.
I'd hide it. I'd hide that.
You say to him, delete those tweets right now before you sign anything. Delete the tweets.
Yeah, literally.
They were flipping posts. They were having bants about it, but yeah. Anyway, what are you saying?
So he's not. I think he started pretty well. He started the season pretty well, and then he's just completely tailed off. I can't even remember seeing him that often. He came off the bench against West Ham. Didn't really offer much. Lost the ball. I think in the build up to that Lingard goal or to a chance. I just remember him like as soon as he came on making mistakes. I don't think he's slotted into Spurs in the way they were hoping for. He didn't go for that much money. I think it was like 12 million. But he's played enough, and I've seen enough to know that he was not what they were expecting, and the fact that Tanganga's starting at right back.
Yeah, that's Jose. That's Jose moves though. When Jose doesn't want you, he'll play his nan at left back or right back, just so Luke Shaw, for example, couldn't get in the team, or like someone who just randomly. He's like one of them teachers who just pick a kid and just like, yeah, you this term I'm gonna make your life a flipping hell, mate. But I do think he has been dead. And for Aurier to worm his way back into their starting right back, then you know that because Aurier is just the most erratic.
Mourinho was done with Aurier. He was just like, you're gonna get sent off, bro. I've got a bad feeling about you, bro. You're gonna get sent off. Just please don't get sent off.
That penalty he gave away against Leicester was one of the funniest things I've seen all season.
Yeah,
all season.
So yeah, I think I like Doherty. And he's not got a massive price tag. He's not come with lots of like expectation. But I think it should have been a simple deal. He's not.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, isn't it? It's embarrassing for Aurier.
Should have just been coming. Just like this is a good Spurs team. Like this, you know what I mean? Like it's just.
Also, they've got
a big career move, and he's just not kicked on, has he?
They've got Reguilon on the other wing, on the other flank, to do all the saucy like attacking fullback. All you really need to do is be solid. Like just like be solid. Put up like 6 or 7s out of 10. 7s out of 10. You don't need to be spectacular. He was like when he was playing as right wing back for Wolves, he was kind of bombing forward and getting goals. Mourinho doesn't really want that.
That's what I mean. Like that's what.
Just calm in it. Just be.
For me, yeah.
And he's been actively shit. But yeah, go on.
When he was at Wolves, he was like a saucy, like right wing back that got into really advanced.
That's the thing, exactly.
Advanced positions. But Spurs like playing 5 at the back as well. So I don't know. So you get into really advanced positions, be a threat. I was like, why is this right winger got number 2 on his back at Wolves? I'm like, what's going on here? Matt Doherty. Why has he got number 2 on his back? He's quite clearly a striker or a winger. And then I find out he's a fullback. I'm like, you could have fooled me, man. And he's not showed any of that. I reckon any of the reason why Spurs signed him, all the reasons they signed him, he's just not living up to any of them.
Again, though, that's a signing that didn't really make sense. That's something I'll talk about quite a lot. Is that it's like the profile of player that you get. Same with Brewster. I don't think you're signing someone who's played predominantly in a back 5 all season. The Wolves don't really veer off from the way they play, and you're moving into a very rigid back 4 where Mourinho wants very specific things from his defenders. And for me, I never really saw the good bits of Doherty. I saw never really defending. I never saw him like Wan-Bissaka. You can put up a reel of him and it's all defending stuff. Like he doesn't really need to do that much going forward. All of Doherty's best points were him getting into the box. I remember he scored a couple headers as well. I'm sorry. What role do you think Mourinho is going to be letting his right back drift into the box and bang headers? Like,
yeah, it's Mourinho as well, isn't it? So it's hard, yeah.
I can't knock him, but he probably just thought, yes, Spurs. He's Irish as well. And he's like, yes, Spurs get to move down to London. No offense, but Wolverhampton is probably not like the most popping place to live. So he wanted to get to North London, didn't it? He just didn't care which side he was on. So. But no, I hear why he was in your. I hear why he made your Well, he made your top 10. I just forgot about him. I think I put Willie in twice in it. So
You can have him in there then. All right, cool. Let's wrap it up there, just because that's the first part. That's number 10 up to number 6. To be fair, that's gone without a hitch, Ishmael. Didn't get ugly this time.
well,
I reckon these
we're about to
next
see what go on in it.
between 5 and 1 is going to get absolutely saucy. So, yeah, cool. Let's leave it there. Let's wrap it up. Guys, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. If you're not and you're still watching our stuff, make sure you subscribe, like and follow on all the socials. We're down at the bottom down there. Give Ishmael a follow if you fancy him. If you don't bother. There's not much else out there. Not much content. But nah, just messing with you guys. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. It's been really good. And we'll be back.
Peace out.
We'll be back for the second part in a jiffy.
Very soon.
Yeah, peace out, guys.